Well, hello and welcome to the tarot reading for the imaginative multitaskers. This is the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio version. Glad to have you on board. Always extra special good when you and I are together. Let's get to today's reading, shall we? You see it up on your screen. Again, remember the advantage of this version in terms of comparing it to a video version is the fact that you see the screen, the full card spread right here. That is all the motion that you're going to see. So you can get up and do other things and still listen to the premier manifesting tarot reading. So let's get to it, huh? We begin bottom row. Middle is the oracle card. Flexible. And boy, you look at that picture, yeah, she sure is, no question about it. But there's a sense of organization, there's a sense of balance, and in fact, it looks like she is balancing on an egg. Eggs mean beginnings, right? Because eggs are where chickens come from, right? So she's obviously beginning something. And she's doing it with a sense of balance, a sense of flexibility. Very, very important. Because in life, this ability, the ability to be flexible, not just physically, but emotionally, very, very important. Big difference between this and breaking, bending and breaking. Right? If you bend, okay, great. You still maintain your structure, and that's what she's doing. And doing it on what would appear to be an egg with a face appearing, coming out from the egg, tells me that she is starting something. And to do it successfully, she has to have the balance. And you can see the balance, just the symmetry in the picture. The hedges, balanced. Everything about it is balanced. And yet, it would appear she's not, right? She's flexible, but the fact of the matter is she is, and that's the story of life. Let's go to the left, the Moon card. Love this card because the Moon card talks about intuition. Maybe an illusion. You know, you're deceiving yourself, other people are deceiving you. But that would only happen if your ego was involved. If you are flexible, meaning that you take your ego out of it and just really tune in. The Moon card, very, very, very powerful, very strong. But there could be a fear that you're dealing with because the Moon, you know, it does not allow you to see everything clearly. You have to almost intuit your way, which is kind of what she's doing in the card with flexible, right? Yeah, it's not straight up at you, right? So what may be going on right now for you is that there is something that you can sense, but you're bewildered by it. You're afraid that you're missing something, and it is important, and it may even be slowing you up. What makes this difficult is the next card, the Three of Wands, because the Three of Wands is the future card. Alrighty? He's looking out into a very bright world. He's ready to take on the unknown. He's a visionary. So you're being pulled in two directions. On one hand, you really, really, really are tuned into the future, would love to be. But the Moon card says, geez, I don't see everything. I don't know everything. And it's that stuff that I don't know, that I don't see, that could mess things up for me, and it's stopping you, it's delaying you. To the point, next card over, Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords very basically says there's some sort of restriction. You feel powerless, you feel trapped. What the real deal is that you are letting your thoughts, or maybe the thoughts of other people, get into your head. And when they do that, it negates your intuition from the Moon. It negates your positive vision of the future with the Three of Wands. And it keeps you from being flexible because you're afraid. And when you're afraid, I mean, just study your body language. When you're scared, you're not flexible at all. You're tight, you're rigid. And so you know intuitively that you have to put down this burden or these burdens. Ten of Wands says these are the things that other people have given you as you were growing up. Didn't mean to do you harm. They just were things that applied to them and their lives, and so they passed that information on to you. In some other cases, maybe you were deceived. The fact of the matter is, at this point, you realize that to be flexible, you have to put down the burdens. You have to trust your intuition. You have to keep the vision of that future and remove yourself from the stinking thinking of the Eight of Swords. Let's go to the top row, upper left, Seven of Swords. We're staying with the swords. We're staying with thoughts, ideas. And again, when we're doing manifesting readings, the Seven of Swords means something different for me than it might in another tarot reading. In a regular tarot reading, Seven of Swords could mean stealth or theft or loss, sneaking away. Well, I think in your case, you at this point understand that a lot of what you believe may be untrue. Came from other people, life, situations, misinterpretations. And so you are leaving some of this thinking, this stinking thinking behind, and you're moving ahead. Not making a big deal about it. You're just saying, okay, I understand, I get it now. I'm not going to take this negative stuff away from me. I'm going to leave it in the past. And the card right next to it is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is determination, stamina, courage. You are persisting, moving ahead, in spite of whatever else, because remember, the wands carry energy, positivity, excitement, enthusiasm. You know that you have to be flexible to move ahead. That means you have to get out of the fear mode, and you have to allow yourself some movement. Could be emotional movement, could be mental movement. Largely, with all the swords we're seeing, I think it's a lot of your thinking. You have to change your thinking. You have to be flexible. And by that I mean you don't lie to yourself. What I mean is you look at the situation for what it really is. And then you move ahead and leave that behind. It's your thinking, it's your thoughts, it's your programming that is holding you back, keeping you from being flexible. But at this point, the Five of Swords says your integrity is number one. And I mean integrity within yourself. You have to be honest to you. And that means being very truthful to yourself. See things for what they really are. And that might mean, in the final card to the right, might mean Three of Swords. But I suspect the Three of Swords in this reading is again a question of stinking thinking given to you. And you got to stop it. Like right now. The goal in this reading is to be flexible, and that means you can't be afraid. You have to trust your intuition. You got to keep that vision of the future. And you have to decide that you're going to move ahead. But that takes trust, belief in yourself. Something that the Three of Swords tells me that you may not have or have not had up to this point. But remember, the key energy is flexibility to move ahead. That doesn't mean that you break. It means that you bend. But to do that, you have to have a positive, emotional, spiritual, mental outlook. But you can get there. The final card on top, this is from the Vice Versa deck, and it's facing forward. It is the beautiful Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, of course, happiness, blessings, love, contentment. You can get there. The question is, how do you choose to be flexible? And I think just choosing flexibility means that you're choosing faith over fear. Again, just pay attention to your body language when you're scared. I mean, really worried. You tighten up so tight you can't, there's no flexibility. That's going to get you in trouble. That's going to create more problems. That will not resolve your situation. So you are learning the difference between bending and breaking. And the difference largely is trusting yourself. Go with your gut. If you're not used to it, it's going to be a scary proposition. But you'll learn how to do it in time. That will open up the doors. And that is today's Manifesting Tarot read. Good stuff. Alrighty, back again tomorrow, same time, same station. Hope you're here with me. I look forward to it. You make it extra special good for me. So between now and the next time you and I have a chance to manifest tarot together, peace and blessings.